much, wishing I could get another taste of your sweet phenomenon. Yeah, all I need is your poison. Paradise, paradise on my throne. So I let I could die, give me some.
Guys, I'm having the most chaotic Friday anyone could possibly have. I'm freaking out right now. I thought I should hop on the vlog real quick because Allie and I somehow won MUSICCORE. For the first time in 4 years that a hype artist is gonna be on MUSICCORE, and we won. I'm like trying to pack right now. My bag is on the floor. I'm getting all my stuff together. I don't know what to do. The shower's running. I need to wash myself because we have to check in at 3 a.m. MUSICCORE starts at 5:20. There's a second pre-recording that I'm pretty sure we get to go to at 8:20. If we get to go to the live show, that's at like 3:50. And then we won N Connect night, which starts at 11:30, but we have to check in at like 8. And then it goes all night until the next day. And then we still need to apply for Inkigayo. Ah. Editing the video for today. Crazy because I put my lighter on. I don't look at makeup on period, and it's like midnight. We've got like 5 hours to go.
I want to sleep, but next time you see me, I'll look better than this.
Hopefully. Look at my eyes. Not for you. It's okay. Vlog update, you guys. It is almost 2 a.m. so we're about to leave. We're in our full hair, makeup, outfits, everything. Slay. We're ready. Not ready, but we're ready.
Not ready, but we are going.
But we still have like 3 hours until it actually starts. We just have to do the whole check-in process first. Yeah. We're at Henry's right now. He's graciously let us come get ready at his place.
Drop all our crap everywhere.
Yes, leave all our stuff on the floor.
Turn into sluts in the middle of the night. Oh my god.
We're like vampires.
You like a Cinderella, but like turning into...
We get sexier after midnight.
Yeah. Cinderella's a vampire. Zombie Cinderella.
And I guess we will see you guys there. We'll update you. They just tweeted the location, so we got to go find the girl. We got to check in, get our numbers, and then we're probably going to get a McDonald's.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Who's gonna wear a cowboy hat tonight?
I'm hoping no one.
Yeah.
Or me. They can throw it to me.
Oh.
I'm afraid of the fits, because they're not going to repeat the fit yet.
No, what if they're not all denim? What if they do their rock star fits? What if they do leather?
Sweet denim, num, num. Is that why they do denim? Because sweet denim?
Sweet denim. Okay. And on that note,
we'll see you at NBC.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it took us a minute, but we just followed some people, and we think we found the picked location. Yes, we have. So I'm about to pick my ticket. Sydney waits for her wristband. There she is. Oh, I picked up my poster. And I got a hat pack. Oh it's always love branded. So cute. We came to escape the cold, and there's so many people in this McDonald's. I think everybody that's going to this event is in this McDonald's.
Every engine is in the room with us right now.
I'm ready for my coffee. I haven't had caffeine yet.
Bye. Okay, you can't really see me in the pitch dark. Holy shit, it's cold outside. I left Sydney because I went to go check myself in. I'm checked in. I'm number 209. Oh my god, it's so cold out, but they gave me a hot pack. Sydney apparently got a table, so I'm gonna go sit down nice enough with my boys and my hot pack. Let's go. Seeing my man at 5 in the morning. Oh Jesus, I almost fell. We're here. Wristbanded up.
Wristbanded.
My accessory. Walking over.
We're having to line up. It's cold as fuck. Yeah. 1 minute. We have to separate right now.
Yeah.
And we cannot film inside, but we'll see you after for an update.
Love you. We'll get some PCs as well. Bye. Oh my god.
We just got out. I don't even know what time it is right now.
Who cares?
Who cares?
There's no time left.
No, we're in line.
Sydney's getting married.
There's no time because I'm on my way to my wedding.
Oh my god.
We're in line for the coffee truck that they got for us.
Oh my god.
Before we go into the second round. I don't know what to say. I feel like we need to do a debrief later because there were so many things that I was like, I need to remember so I can tell them about because it was like really cute. Yeah. What was your best moment though? Favorite moment?
Oh my god, when the lights came on and they fucking looked right at me. I was like, hello. Because I was in the back, but I was in the very center. And like, it's a siren. You can see me from space. And Heesung was like,
it's Heesung's twin.
Heesung was like, is that my wife? And I said, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it sure is.
Who's your post pre-recording bias?
Heesung and Nikki, obviously, and Jungwon.
Obviously. Jungwon's late.
Oh, Jake has a cold. Jake has an aggressive cold.
Yeah, Jake
Save
and
my
Songhoon,
man.
they got each other sick. They'd be sharing
When he was not coming
I
out
know
for a while,
they
I was like, you know he's back there hacking.
yeah.
Jake is got
Songhoon was just on stage
full.
hacking.
Yeah.
I said me.
It's Kamgi Kitchen. It's Kamgi season for sure. Yeah. Oh my god. Who's your post thing bias?
Songhoon. It's gotta be
Duh.
Songhoon. But Jungwon was really cute. When
so cute.
after
He was
they
so
watched
cute last
the
time,
first
too.
tape back, I don't know if you saw him because I was like, when he went, he like looked at someone went like this, and then he was like, oh, like he was like, oh, I did so good. Like he slayed the facials, and he
so
did.
cute.
He's so cute.
I'm obsessed. They're amazing. They're so amazing. Nikki's the best dancer I've ever seen in my entire life. Nikki's the best dancer there ever was.
He looked great. They all looked this
amazing.
is like
It's
one of my
favorite.
top 10 like favorite looks. Like
They
everyone,
love America.
They
Nikki
love
planned this. Nikki said, I love America.
the jackets, the hairstyles today, everything
Jay?
was
Hello,
perfect.
Jay. Are you Jay? Hello. Oh my god.
Jay, you watching?
Curtains. Insane. And
I
Blue Sun.
really-
Hello, Blue Sun. And Sonu. Sonu, can you talk about Sonu?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sonu. With his
Sun,
bangs,
Sun,
with his
dude, let's
bang.
get
When he
it.
does this and like winks and he does a little eyebrow wiggle.
And we know you're watching.
We know. Also,
Hi, Jungwon.
I think I'm in the video.
I was supposed to be in the video. And tonight's paper's all still Monster Next.
Still Monster Next, yeah.
And we're not even done this morning.
Yeah.
And then tonight we're going to
when they were like bye, and then someone said
fucking
we're
hour,
coming back.
bitch.
Yeah. What do you mean bye?
Bye.
You can't get rid of us.
Alright. Bye.
We will let you guys go for now. We need to get our coffee, and we'll update you later. I guess after the second pre-recording.
Holy Jesus. Okay, bye. Just from like emotion.
Emotions. The sun has fully risen. Good morning. Time for recording too. This day is crazy. I have bags in my eyes because of no sleep. Club, another club, bus, train.
마치 아무 일도 없었던 듯이 그녀 나를 보내 그대로 좀 없는 눈으로
NBC good. You guys, it has finished. It's like 10 o'clock right now. We've made it to Starbucks with our McDonald's hash browns, our teas, our bagels. Yes, bagel gifts. We're going to eat and then cry. Plain cream cheese.
A luxury.
My favorite. I like the orange ribbon. The
I think it's a
touch.
pretzel bagel from what it like looked like from the outside.
I think so too. But mine kind of looks like a cheese bagel. I don't know if they're all different. Oh, it's orange.
With a flower in it?
Is it edible?
It's like a carnation fully.
Whoa.
Orange flower.
Orange flower.
The bagel is cold, but it's okay.
Yeah, gonna eat it
Did
anyway.
Nikki pick this for me?
Yeah. We're going to eat and probably nap, and Allie's gonna react to Dream Academy with Henry. I'm probably gonna go to sleep for like 10 hours, and we will debrief you guys on everything else that happened at a later time. Not later for you, it'll be after this video for you, but it'll be later for me.
Okay, welcome to the debrief.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been like a minute since MUSICCORE, but we were in our recovery era, so it's not our fault because we literally didn't sleep for like 3 days.
You can hear in my voice how much fun we had. This is 2 weeks post MUSICCORE. Like it was 2 weekends ago, like not last weekend, but the weekend before. And my voice still sounds like this. I've been drinking so much water, but it's also just so dry outside. I was so exhausted, but I would not change a single moment of it. Oh my God, it was the best thing ever. From the way that we applied all separately, and then I was like, oh my God, they must have come out at 5 because I was just getting out of the car from driving home, and it was like 5:01 because I'd been driving. And then I went to check, and as I went to check, I checked and I went, oh my God, I won. The phone rings, Sydney's calling me. And she goes, dude, I won. I go, dude, me too. What? As I was like typing a message out to her. The planning went crazy. The outfits were thrown into a bag. I brought more clothes to Sydney's house than I've ever brought anywhere, literally. It was like my cubic body weight in all my clothes. Cause what do you wear to meet your boyfriend at 4 in the morning for a date with 299 other people? But yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago, and it was freezing cold. Also, I guess the middle of the night, coldest ever.
First of all, we had to get there at like 2 a.m. and checked in, and then our lineup time was at 4:20, I believe. So we basically waited inside a McDonald's for like 2.5 hours, and then we lined up. And the thing that I really liked about MUSICCORE is that we got in our lines and they let us inside right away and just had us sit down in this like lobby area. It was so freaking cold outside, and it's only gonna get colder. So props to them for being organized and not letting us die out in the freezing cold, and to McDonald's because they had this setup in there. One of the workers came over when I like asked to get my coffee to go because we couldn't find anywhere to sit down and Allie needed to pick up her ticket. And she was like, "Are you waiting for the like show? Are you waiting for MUSICCORE?" And I said, "Yeah, girl, we are." And she goes over to tables and starts like asking girls if we can sit there. And first of all, I thought she was kicking people out, but like everybody was there waiting for the same thing. So she just asked this table of 2 girls if we could sit with them because there was enough room for 4. And we just sat ourselves down and had a nice little coffee, nice little French fry, and then we were good to go. So we lined up. We got inside, they double checked our numbers, and then they gave everybody their free photo card and collected letters for the members. Honestly, there weren't that many letters. Allie and I didn't write one because like this was all really last minute and I don't even know what I would say to them. But we did get our photo cards. I pulled Jake.
The way I manifested this card into my life, I love him. He's so cute. This is my little infant son. It's kind of like, you can't really see it on camera that great because it's like shinying. I saw this on Twitter from the day before and I was like, if I don't get that Nikki, it's gonna be crazy in here.
And it was supposed to be random, but it wasn't really random because I looked in front of me and every single girl in my line pulled Jake, except for the girl behind me got a full OT7 set, literally right behind me. I was a little pressed, but it's okay because I'm always happy with a Jake PC, and it was his birthday weekend. I love you, Jakey. Finally, around 5:30, they let us inside. I think it was 350 people total. I could be wrong about that. I could have been 300. I think it was 350 though. And they cut off the standing section at 150. So I was 138, so I was in the standing section. So they took the seated people in first, I think, and then we walked in as well.
So they filed us in. I was sitting. I was like, oh, I'm sitting. I was in the very back row of the sitting. But that meant that like I was up the highest and I was directly in the center. That meant that when the cameras moved to the side, if you're on the stage and you look straight ahead, if you just look straight ahead, that's where I was sitting, like directly straight. Because the floor was like here, like you have to look down to look at the floor. To look straight ahead, you would look directly into my eyes, and that is what happened.
They let us leave all of our stuff out in the lobby for people that had standing. I think mostly they want to make sure that we weren't bringing our phones in because they were telling everyone like leave your phone in your bag, leave your phone in your bag. But I really appreciated it because I had a giant coat on and then a full purse too. And I had a really cute outfit underneath and I wanted to show it off. So I left my purse and my coat and everything outside. Just came in with my NG bong, and I'm so glad that I did. Okay. So we get in and they file us in one by one, and I just decided to go right for the center because there were only like 3 to 4 people in front of me, but everyone was kind of staggered. So I just found this window and I had tall shoes on. So I was like a full head taller than anybody else. So it was perfect. And we waited while they finished setting up, and then all of the boys just walked out, and oh my God, they looked so good. They were wearing these metal jackets. It was insane. I like blacked out for a minute because they literally looked so good.
Between takes, they were like putting the lights on, and you can't really not see me. If you're looking at like a crowd of people with black hair and I'm in the center, it's kind of hard to not see me. And I was wearing like a blue shirt and I had blue hair and I'm me. And I was like dying because every time the lights came on, they're staring out into the crowd. And my, like, rip to Sydney. Sorry, Sydney. Sunghoon and I had like some eye contact. And Heesung was looking at his girl, like, because he has blue hair right now too. He was looking at his girl. At the end, they put like all the lights all the way up at the end when they were walking out. And man was like he was like, He like made a face like, that's my girl. I see her. That's my girlie. He copied me, but that is besides the point.
And they came out and talked to us for a minute. Can I just say, Jungwon is the king of fan service at music shows, because I feel like you could tell that everybody was really tired and maybe like a little bit awkward, but Jungwon was really good at making conversations with fans and just like filling in the silent moments while they were getting ready. He was so freaking cute. He asked us all like what we ate and set our Enjinbong color and like asked us what time we had to get there. And it was so funny because he was like, oh, you guys came at like 5, right? And we were like, no, we've been here since 2 a.m. And they were all so shocked, and they were like, oh, like it's the same, like we've like had to wake up the same time basically. So it was just all of us being sleep deprived together. Love that. And then they started filming some close-up shots because the first recording was Sweet Venom, and the set was so cool and so big. And they did like a couple individual shots. I think they did a close-up for Jae, a close-up for Jungwon, and a close-up for Heesung. And then they monitored it a little bit like on stage. So they played the videos, and there was a really cute moment where Jungwon was like monitoring himself, and one of the directors had like given him notes for like a few times and had him redo his part a couple of times. And then he was monitoring himself for one of the takes, and he like looked at it and looked at the end jeans and like did this and was like, oh yes, like that he did such a good job with his facials. Oh, it was so cute. I feel like not a lot of people caught it because like everybody was looking at the monitoring screen this way, but then I turned around right at the right moment, like right as he did this, and I melted inside. And guys, I was so close. I don't even know how to describe it, like how close I was to them. It was like during Fate Tour when they came around in the carts and I was in the second row and they were this close to my face. It was like that, but for like 2 hours. And they did, I think, like 1 or 2 rehearsals, and then they did a full like actual recording and run through like 2 or 3 times. I honestly, I can't remember how many times total, but we saw the full song, like the full entire song, at least 3 times, if not 4. So that was really nice because I feel like a lot of the pre-recordings you only get to see like 1 rehearsal, 1 take, and then it's done. But we were there just in the first recording, so just for Sweet Venom, we were in there for like an hour and a half. So it was a really long time. And between each rehearsal and each recording, they would come over and like talk to all of us and then go off stage and monitor and then come back and talk some more, like film and then monitor, and just kind of go back and forth like that. But it was so insane because for the first recording, like the entire time, Sunghoon was stood in the center and I was in the center. So he was right in front of me, like staring into my eyes. But I'm not a little bitch, okay? I held that eye contact. I was not about to look away. I was smiling so big. I was so happy. And like there was one point where he said, oh, and jeans are so pretty. And he was looking right at me. And then another point where Jungwon asked who was coming to end Connect night later. And so like everyone that was going like raised their light sticks and like cheered and stuff. And he had looked away from me, and then Sunghoon. And then he looked back like after Jungwon asked that, and he saw that I was like, oh, I'm going. And he smiled so big. Okay, I can't talk about it. I can't even think about it. And like, I don't know if he was like smiling because I was going to be there, or like if it was just because I was smiling. But I was having a great time, and he was having a great time looking at me, and that's all that matters. And then there was another point. I honestly can't remember if it was during the first recording or the second recording, but like he had moved, so he wasn't in the center anymore, and he was a little bit off to the side, and they had like just come back on stage, and we were all like calling them cute and stuff. And he was like, oh, ENHYPEN'S not cute, like NJeans are cute, like we're not cute, you guys are cute. And he looked at me again, even though he wasn't stood in front of me anymore, like when he said that. So in conclusion, Sunghoon thinks I'm cute. Maybe I sound a little delusional, but it's not delusional if it's true. And then one of the last cute moments that I remember during the first pre-recording was the first time that they did a full run through of Sweet Venom. They did like ending fairy at the end, and they had 4 ending fairies, and Sunghoon was the last one, but I think he either like forgot or didn't know that he was doing an ending fairy. So the camera zoomed in on him and like he was just so zoned out. And then we all like were like, "Aw," and like laughing and screaming and calling him cute, and he like realized. And then he got really embarrassed and was like, "Oh," and then I did that too. And then he looked at me and laughed. And I said, "Oh, my man thinks I'm funny." But then after that, for the rest of the recordings, he made sure to fucking slay it. And he like gave a little wink and he looked so good.
Got tea and coffee from the coffee trucks. It went cold really fast because it was frigid temperatures outside, as I said before. But that was fine. That was about like 7 o'clock. Brought my section in first, and Sydney's section was like very much still sitting, and they brought us in and we heard music happening. So we were like, what was my section, like 151 to like 350, whatever like the max was. And this time, like, I guess people had like left in between, or the numbers were like a little bit skewed, because instead of being directly center, I was like 3 to the side of where I originally had been sitting. So like maybe 2 or 3 seats like more left than I'd been. They brought us in during the performance before ENHYPEN, which was Fantasy Boys, I think they were called, and their fans were only in the standing part because I guess they are like a newer group, so they have like, they had a smaller number of applicants, but the seats were empty. So the seats, they just filled the seats in with the NGs from sitting, and they were like, "Please put your light sticks to green," because they had theirs green, and so we put our NG bunks to green. Some of us did, some of us did not, and I think everyone should have. I didn't know who they were. I hadn't heard this group's name before. I think they're very new. I think they debuted this year, unless I'm wrong, but I will look up what the song was called. I'm not 100% certain, but they honestly ate. When we all came in, they were doing the rehearsal with the little like name pyo, irum pyo. What is the English irum pyo? Like name badge? Name tag. Oh my God. The Konglish brain, I'm like, irum pyo. The name thing. Name tag. Oh my God, the Konglish is Konglishing. That was really embarrassing. And everyone else was sort of just sitting there. We were also all exhausted because we'd been there. We got there at like, everyone got there between like 2 and 3 a.m. Like we were there early. And by this point it was like 8:30, 8:40. So we'd been there for hours, and the sleep was like starting to fall over the crowd. So girls were falling asleep, which like, of course, it was a group you weren't there to see. You're just chilling in between while they rehearsed for a long time. And ENHYPEN were supposed to start their recording at 8:20. I don't think they started until like maybe 8:40 or almost like close to 9. Like they took a while for this other group to go. I think MUSICCORE was just like, the schedule was like wonky or something. And I was like sleepy also, for sure sleepy. But people, maybe the first 3 or 4 rows were like, the fan cam people were like standing there. So if you're behind them, you can like see that row, and that was us. So we were the easiest to see. And again, it's a siren. You can see me from space. So I was like, oh, I really should. I think it would be really nice to like be pretty excited and dancing and not cheering because I don't know their names, but like dancing and like trying to be like enthusiastic for this group because they're new, because a big part of the room was like filled with people who were not there to see them, which could probably feel like a little bit awkward and like, oh, you're just watching us perform now. So I was like, oh, I'll be really enthusiastic and like lights to cheer. And I watched them, a bunch of them like looked up at me and were like smiling and were like, oh, thank you. Like they were like, and I was like, I got you, don't worry. And they kept rehearsing whatever. And the girls around me were like sleeping, like even if they weren't sleeping, their light stick was just in their lap. Like people were, it was chill vibes for the NGs, which I totally get because it was, again, super early and that was not what we were there to see. So the vibes were relaxed. But let me please tell you, I wasn't being like hype for attention, because like whose attention was I getting like in the dark at 8 in the morning? But I'll tell you whose attention I got. So I don't know if we mentioned this already. To the left side of the room, like the room is pretty small. It only housed about, I think, total 350 fans, including 150 standing, 20 staff scattered around, and then the stage. So it's like a really small place, like, it's bigger than my house, obviously. I was like, how can I give a description? 3 or 4 of my house, maybe. It was small. And so to the left side was where the idols would go from, like, the first, I guess, like, waiting, getting ready area to the, like, waiting to go on stage area. And there was, like, a big black piece of wood, like, painted piece of black wood. Like, if you guys did theater, like, part of a black box stage, you have, like, a little, just, like, a painted panel of wood. I don't know. There's 2 doors. There's, like, a door here and a door here. This one is, like, behind the wood. But this one, you have to, like, walk from here to here, and there's, like, a little gap between there. People were, like, coming in and out of that room, like, managers and whatever, and, like, staff. And then I was, like, jamming. It's cute. I had cute hair. I had cute outfit on, whatever. I was, like, trying to, like, really, nothing, like, crazy, but I was, like, dancing and trying to, like, have fun, like, about, I don't know, yay size, but nobody else was. When I tell you not a single other person was, there was maybe, like, 3 girls going like this, but it was, like, your girl was holding down the fort in my section, like, actually trying to, like, get the beat of the song and, like, follow what the girls down below were, like, doing. I don't know. And I caught out of the corner of my eye, like, some movement of some variety, like, a person, like, appeared in the doorway. And I saw them, like, I didn't see who it was, but I was like, there's a person in the doorway. And I'm maybe, like, generously, like, 30 feet from this door, 20 feet from this door, like, close to the door. You can see the door. The door, you can see the door. And I'm just dancing, whatever. And I have this inkling, I'm like, I'm gonna look over there. And I, like, change my gaze to this door. In the door, posted up, hot guy in high school locker stands on this door is Sunghoon. Just standing there, staring at me. Because you can't see the performance because that wall is there. So you can't see past the wall. You can't see the monitoring screen. You can see only into the audience and the room. And he was looking, like, again, I said 20 feet away. You can tell when someone's looking at you from 20 feet away. Especially when you're the only person moving and you look like this. Like, I looked at him, I looked down, and he was like, had been looking at me for a while. Like, it wasn't like I looked at him and he was like, and like looked away. I looked at him and he was like, if this is me, I looked at him and he was like hot guy stance, like he'd been standing there watching me for, like, I don't know, a minute or so, like for a bit. He'd been standing there and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I have to just be chill. I have to just be chill. I can't just squander this. Like, he's staring at me in my eyes now. Now there has been eye contact from this 20 feet of distance away. And kind of no one around me had, like, seen him. People were sleeping. People were watching the thing. People were, like, staring straight ahead. People were just, like, dead. And so no one had, like, seen him. So I waved. I just, like, waved. Not like, oh my God. I just, like, cute. I was like, I have to, like, cute wave. I was like, and he looked at me. He was already looking at me. And then he just was like he hot guy waved back to me. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I was literally like, am I YN? I wrote that in, like, high school. Did we not all write a fan fiction one shot of, like, One Direction, and you're at their music show and they, like, look out at you in the audience? Some AU when you were in high school or, like, elementary school? Because I did, and I know you all did too. How dare you lie to me? How dare you look at me in my eyes and lie? I know you did. If that wasn't enough, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm, like, flirting with Sunghoon. I was like, I'm flirting with Sunghoon. Sunghoon's flirting with me. Like I said, he was, like, posted up on the door. He wasn't just, like, standing in the door. He was, like, in the door, like, chilling. In this, like, crevice of space, like, Jungwon poked his, like, head out. As I had, like, just waved to him, Jungwon, like, poked his head out. Like, not, like, stepped in. He, like, to the side, like this. Like, double homicide. And I was like, oh. I kind of already just waved, and so I, like, looked at Jungwon, and I was like, and he went, his hand came out, and he went, are you kidding? And then the girls around me sort of were like, oh, someone like, sort of, like, noticing that, like, they had come out, and then it sort of was like, everyone started to kind of wave, and then they sort of, like, waved one more time, and then they, like, both went out. But they'd been there for, like, a minute. Before that, they were, like, there for a little while, so I was like, me and my boys were having our moment, and then everybody else saw, and so they, like, went back in, but... And then, when they came back out on the stage, Sunghoon was like, where's my bestie? YN's up there. I saw her, and I waved to her, and she waved to me, and the wedding is December 22nd. They did Still Monster. It was amazing. However, the floor broke really early. The LEDs at the front were like sort of like not LEDing. I would say it was like at least 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes of like electrician man like came and was like fiddling with the floor for my whole life. And at this point, I did fall asleep. Everyone was asleep. There was no music playing. The monitoring was done. Everyone was just kind of like, we all had hot packs from like Engine hot packs they'd given to us. And we all had like hot packs. So I put like a hot pack on my forehead and I was just like, performed again. Amazing. The lights came on at the end. Sunghoon, my bestie, love of my life, waved right to me in these blue eyes, behind these hazel eyes, he waved at me. I swear on everything. And then the night at Nine Connect night, he looked right at us and was like, bye-bye in English. I was like, that is my bestie. So Sunghoon and I have a special bestie connection. At Sydney and Sunghoon's wedding, I'll be like Sunghoon's maid of honor because it's like bestie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then at my wedding, Heesung, she can be like Heesung's best man because she was like hanging out with Heesung.
I remember waiting in the lobby for a really long time this time, but I was glad to at least be inside and not outside. The only downside, I think it's because they had so many recordings after us and because they were running behind schedule, was that this time we couldn't leave our stuff in the lobby. We had to take all of it with us. And so I had to bring my coat and my purse and everything inside. And then we lined up for standing again, and I stood in the same spot, but I felt like I was a little bit closer this time, but like still in the center. And you could definitely tell that this recording, they were really tired, and Sunghoon and Jake kept coughing and sneezing a lot, and like because they have to lie on the floor in the beginning of it, every time they stood up or lied down, they were like, oof, oof. That sounded inappropriate, I'm sorry, but like I hope no one can hear me right now. But they were all, you could tell, like in pain and struggling a little bit and very tired, but they still kept a smile on their faces. Jungwon definitely was still chit-chatting with everybody, even though you could tell that they like desperately needed sleep. A moment from this pre-recording, this time Heesung was stood in the center a lot in front of me. And there was one point where like they were all talking to us and he literally just zoned out, like staring into my soul. And usually when Heesung looks at me, I look away because I am a little bitch when it comes to that man. I don't know what it is about him, but like when he looks at me, it's really intimidating. But this time I held it. I was like, I'm gonna look at this man. I'm not gonna be a baby about it. So I held eye contact, and then someone said something to him, or like they were supposed to get started, and he literally had to like shake himself out of it, like visibly, because he had zoned out staring into my soul. So Heesung, if you want me, wait, I forgot Allie's editing this. Allie, mute this part. But Heesung, if you want. And I think that recording was about an hour long. And then we finished up and we went outside, and staff had like orange cheese bagels with an orange flower in the center and then in a box wrapped with orange ribbon. And I ended up wearing the orange ribbon that night to end Connect night. So shout out ENHYPEN for part of my outfit.
If you've been to a music show, tell me which one. If you did, how was it? And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get to go again this weekend, even though we're going to TXT in the night. So we're gonna try to go to MUSICCORE in the morning and TXT concert in the evening and afternoon. And that's gonna be Exhaustion Part 2. So wish us luck in the comments, like, subscribe, stay soulmates, and we will see you on Tuesday.
마치